Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 11. So week 11 out of 15 if you include the final exam. So we have chapter 12 this week, then 13, 15, 16, and we're done. I don't even remember what chapter 14 was or why I left it out. I have to go back and look. Maybe I just forgot it. It's too late to add it in now. Anyway, so let's go ahead and look back like we always do. The first thing I want to show is something that I found interesting too. It's very interesting to learn that multitasking really isn't something we were able to do. I thought that was amazing as well. I thought I could multitask. Turns out, can't. All right. Anyway, so let's take a look at the discussion from last week because that was very interesting as well. So Mia posted that, successful leaders should have humility, courage, charisma, passion, enthusiasm, honesty, all these things. And that'd be great. Absolutely. I will say most of the time somebody's lacking one or two of those, and if you're lacking a couple of those, then you can turn into a very horrible person. There have been some people, some terrible figures in history who had plenty of courage, charisma, passion, enthusiasm, honesty, confidence, knowledgeable and wise, but didn't have any humility or, lacked honesty or something else. So those things are great. And if we all had those, this world would be a better place. And I will say, those people make great leaders. And this is a great statement at the end. Personality is not always a necessary correlation to how a person will lead. Leaders and leadership is different than personalities. Like some personality traits tend to make people better leaders, but they don't always go hand in hand. Christine posted somewhat similar that the most important traits are honesty and confidence, and being a good listener and commitment to what you're doing. And that's again absolutely true. Being able to listen and see what's really going on, to take in what's going on around you, to understand the people you're leading, that can make you a great leader. So Andrew said that, where was it? Communicate well. This is something that, yes, if you can learn how to communicate well, people will then listen. You can be have the best ideas and be the all intents of being the greatest leader in the world, but if people don't understand what you're trying to communicate, leadership kind of falls to the wayside. So very important thing to note. All right, so Jamie said that all leaders need to have accountability, right? They need to be accountable to someone, maybe to themselves if they're a good enough person, but often to external sources or to their own morals or something like that. Because if they're accountable, they will do what's right? So I can't remember what exactly the saying is, but they say the real mark of just seeing if you're gonna be a good person is if you do the right thing when no one's looking. So when you're accountable, you're more likely to do the right thing. So Alex said a number of different characteristics, but I like this one: motivate. Being able to motivate people. If you can motivate people, if you can get them to do things they don't want to do, you'll be a very successful leader. If you can get people to do tasks that kind of suck, and get them to think that they enjoy them and make sure that they know that that's an important part of the company and process, you will have happy coworkers, and you'll be very successful as a leader. So Brooke mentioned a number of different things: transparency and empathy. I want to talk about those because often, if you just say do this because it has to be done or do this because I said so, people are like, bah, and they they get mad. Hold on, I'm gonna do that again. Bah. And they get mad. They don't respond well. So if they understand why they're doing something, they will be more likely to do it. My wife tells me stuff all the time. I'm like, why do I need to do that? And she's like, just do it. And I'm like, I complain the whole time. Although if you explain things, often people are more likely to do them. The same thing happens with my wife all the time. Like, it's been a couple of years, but we were out hiking, and I just really forcefully said, stop, don't move. Her looked at me and was like, why? And keeps on walking. Well, she stepped on a snake. Luckily, it was just a garden type snake and wasn't poisonous. But she wanted to know why before she took action. Maybe it's just because she's my wife and she doesn't like me very much. Who knows? All right. So Grace said, oh, I'm sorry. There you are, Grace. Well, now I'm in the way. Hold on, I'm going to pause. I lost my spot when I moved the screen. There we go. I found it. The characteristic of respect. Respecting the people around you, the topic, the process of what you're doing. If you can respect what you're doing and respect the people around you, again, people respond well, and you'll get ahead. Haley used an interesting word. I always lose what I'm going to say. Humility. There it is. Humility or humanity. Somebody earlier said humility, but now she said humanity. Being human, having feelings. Earlier, someone mentioned empathy. All of those things. Very, very important. Mallory said responsibility. Yes, you got to be responsible to both what's going on, to yourself, to the people around you. Caleb made a really good point with being able to delegate. You can't do everything on your own. You will drown if you try to do everything on your own. You have to learn how to delegate. You have to find people, empower them to do the things they need to be able to do, and then give them the actual ability to do it. Don't just micromanage them, but give them the leeway, the ability to do it. All right, and one last one, focus on developing others. If you put the focus on yourself, you'll be successful for a little while, but if you can grow others, if you can get other people up and lift them up, they will lift you up along the way. It took me a long time to learn this lesson, to develop others before myself, and really while you're doing that, you are developing yourself. So being able to help others succeed in their goals, that's way better, and that will help you than to succeed in your own goals. All right, so that's it. Looking back, let's move ahead and look at some different leadership characteristics in today's world.